So Konami just revealed one of the strongest going second cards I have ever read. Numbers Evaille. This card basically reads, if your opponent controls a monster summoned from the extra deck and you don't, summon a number monster of your choice from your extra deck and put 4 materials underneath it. Now technically you can't summon any number off this card. You can't summon any number lower than 8, and you can't summon like number 1000 or any of those, for example. That's because you need to have 4 number monsters in your extra deck whose total number equal the number that you are attempting to summon, and those number monsters also have to have different ranks. But that's actually really easy to accomplish if you know the lowest number that you can summon, because you just substitute one of the cards for a different one to add up to the total number that you're looking for. Now there is one other restriction. While you control the monsters summoned off this card, you can't special summon monsters except number monsters, but I'm going to be showing you the 4 best targets that completely ignore this restriction. Our first target is going to be number 67, Paradise Smasher. Now this card has a dice roll effect. Both players roll a die, and the player who rolls the highest number cannot activate monster effects or attack until the end of the next turn. However, because this card has 4 materials, you get to change one of the dice rolls to a 7. So let's assume hypothetically your opponent rolls Snake Eyes. They roll 2 ones. You get to change one of those ones into a 7, meaning you have a 58% chance to roll a lower number than your opponent if they roll the lowest number possible. That means altogether you have about a 92% chance of this card just being Mystic Mine. But that's not all. Number 67 is a rank 5, meaning we can get around the restriction of numbers Evaille simply by summoning number 21 on top of it. Then on top of number 21, we're going to summon our Yugiohtcg. Now our opponent is already under the effect of Paradise Smasher, meaning they're already essentially Mystic Mined. We can go ahead and attack with Yugiohtcg, then we can make a Zeus. This is going to be a 4 material Zeus that our opponent is going to have to deal with while also being under Mystic Mine for their next turn. Our second target is going to be Chaos number 15, Gimmick Puppet Giant Hunter. This card is very simply just a pop for 1 card your opponent controls, and if you destroy a monster, you get to do burn damage equal to its original attack. That may not sound that good, but keep in mind you're going to be using this card going second, so you're always going to have something that you want to pop. In addition to that, just like our previous entry, this card has monsters that can be summoned on top of it. We'll summon number 84, and then on top of number 84, we're going to be summoning number 77, the 7 Sins. This gives us a 4000 attacker that we can use in order to get over another one of our opponent's cards, or just hit them for 4000 damage. Then, we get to end on a 6 material Zeus. This is enough to completely wipe the board, and then chain block wiping the board on the opponent's turn. Our third monster here is my personal favorite, Chaos number 106. Now this card has a mandatory response negate to all cards on the field, but that's not all that we're going to be doing with it. We're also going to be putting the numbers underneath it very specifically so that we can have number 71 underneath it as well. We're doing this because when number 71 is sent to the graveyard, it has an effect that's going to allow us to put Rank Up Magic the 7th one on top of our deck. This means that we are going to have a follow-up play for next turn, guaranteed. On top of that, C106 is of course a rank 5, meaning we can do the exact same thing with it that we did with Paradise Smasher. So we can have a 4 material Zeus ready to go for our opponent's turn. However, do keep in mind that Chaos number 106 ability to negate the first thing that's activated is mandatory, so you're going to want to make the Zeus if you stack the 7th one. That said, you do pick what you detach, so if you don't want to make the Zeus and you just want to stick around with the C106 for a little while, just be sure that the last thing that you detach is number 71, Rebarian Shark. But a 4 material Zeus with Rank Up Magic the 7th one on top of your deck is going to be a pretty game-winning play most of the time. The Rank Up Magic the 7th one play is not just exclusive to Chaos number 106. You can do it with any high-level number. I would recommend doing it with Chaos number 104 or Chaos number 101 if you don't want to play Chaos number 106. since these two can also be used for the Zeus plays. The final monster I have here in my list of the best targets is number 39, Utopia Double. This is just a very easy way to OTK your opponent. It's a 10,000 attack point monster via its effect, and if you fail to OTK your opponent, or you just can't OTK your opponent, you still get a 6 material Zeus. Having the 10,000 damage or the 6 material Zeus is huge, because chances are you're probably going to be activating this as the last card in your hand, or you're going to be using it alongside other cards in order to break through a board. So being able to get the most bang out of it is exactly what you want to do. When we get this card in the TCG, I think we're mostly going to see it as a side deck card for going second. It is a really cool card, but you do need a lot of setup. So I am really excited to see this card, and I'm really excited to see what people are going to ultimately do with it. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, consider commenting, or subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and I know I appreciate it.